Hi, and thanks for joining me today. My name's Kathy with Katydid Photography in Pennsylvania, and we are going to attempt to see how ContentAware tool works today. So over the weekend, we had a really rainy weekend. We had some models, and it was difficult. So here, I am going to open up from Lightroom. We are going to look at this image of Autumn, and she got tired of being out in the rain, maybe. So we decided we'd try to simulate window light. So here we go. We've got a doorway with a lot of bright light coming in. Yes, it was noon, and that works really well for bright light. However, if you're at home and you're going to use some window light, it always works well to use a north-facing window. So we were just stuck with this doorway. So what we did was we grabbed a reflector and we just filled in a little bit of her face on this side so it wasn't as dark. So all we're going to do today here is we're going to zoom in here and notice that we have a lot of eye hairs hanging over. So we're going to just use the ContentAware tool and see how well it works on this one eye. So right now I am just going to open up this image and we will attempt to do it in Photoshop. So we're going to say edit with Lightroom adjustments, although there really wasn't much done in this yet. So here's our image, and we're going to just get rid of the background so we can see what's going on. We're going to zoom in with our Z zoom tool. Z is the shortcut, and we're going to notice that, okay, we've got a lot going on here. So first things first, we're going to come over to our toolbar and we are going to select our patch tool. I find that this is usually the easiest thing to start with, and if it doesn't work then we can change up the tool. We're just going to make a little area selection, and you'll see the marching ants. And if we hit delete on our keyboard, what comes up is our fill box. Now under our fill box we can hit ContentAware, or we can actually choose a color like black or white, or some of the other selections here. But we're going to stick to ContentAware. All we're going to do is say OK. So what we just saw happen was, okay, it removed a tiny bit, not the whole thing that I had selected. So let's just pull another little piece. Hit delete, hit return for a little bit of a shortcut, and we're not getting very far yet. So let's try this big hair right here. We're going to loop as close to that as we can. Hit delete, hit return. Look what a great job that did and how fast it did that. Now, we're getting a little hairier here, so let's just see what we can do. Not bad. Could maybe fill that in with a little bit of white. It kind of went a little bit outside of the line there. I'm going to leave that for right now, and I'm going to come into my black pupil area and see what we can do here. Now, you're noticing that that's not black anymore, so I'm actually going to undo that. So one of the things that we can do is if I take this section and then move it by hand manually over to the section where the black pupil is and bring it back, it does help to make it black. So I'm going to just do it again and again, only because even though it is a repetitive thing, it's very, very quick, and I find that it works very fast for me instead of stamping and really being detailed. But then after, a lot of times I will be detailed. Okay, so that didn't work, so we're going to go back to pulling that into the black. And it just works better for me right now. Alright, so now we're going to come up here and we're going to try that ContentAware again. Hit delete, hit ContentAware. It did pretty good. I'm going to try to just do that in this little area here. And if you have to zoom in even more, feel free. The closer you can see what you're doing, the better generally. I'm going to come in here. There's lots of ways to clean up eyeballs and hair, stray hairs, so many different ways to do everything in Photoshop. But I like to find things that are quick and easy, because I started with Photoshop too, and it wasn't quick and easy back then. We had to manually do everything. So I am thrilled with the easy buttons today, because as we know, the computer takes up a lot of our life. Alright, so we're looking really good, and if we back out of there, we're going to notice that really you're not going to see any of those imperfections. But if this was something you were going to enlarge, to a big wall portrait, then obviously you want to make sure this is nice and clean. So here we go. Let's just see if we can clean this up just a little bit more. Good, it's looking good. Now we can throw in some catch lights. We can even try to even out this round circle that we kind of lost a little bit of by pulling it into the black area. But today all I wanted to show you was the ContentAware tool. So we could come in here, clean up any of these stray hairs that are hanging out. Sometimes I'll do them in sections, especially if it overlaps other areas, such as these eyelashes. You don't want her to lose her beautiful eyelashes. And basically, guys, what I'm doing is hitting delete, return, and then clicking once will actually take my marching ants off. It'll deselect my selection. If you'd rather hit Command or Control D, as in deselect, you can do that as well, or you can do the long way. When you have a selection, let's just take a selection, you can come up here to select and hit deselect. So that's the long way. I like to work fast. So let's just clean up some of this real quick. And that's how this tool works. So I hope you've enjoyed this short little video, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Thanks for joining me.